Mike, Jalen Hood-Schifino plays a team high in minutes tonight, and he's plus 28, and it felt like he was really basically both sides of that starter bench unit. Just how much of a challenge is it for him to be, a guy that can handle the ball for the starters and a guy that can handle the ball for the bench, and how much do you feel like you can put on his shoulders in that regard?
Well, again, a lot of that was because X got in foul trouble. In the St. Francis and Marion game, X was carrying the blunt of the second unit. And, I kind of want X in with the second unit because he's been around a lot longer than Fino, and I think he can run our ball club. So, but the fact that he got in foul trouble early, it gave Fino a chance to play more minutes with the second unit, which, he can play with any unit. Both of them can. So I have no problems there. I feel comfortable now because through the 4.5, 5 month stretch, we've given Tamar Bates and Gallo an opportunity to handle the ball a lot. So you can even play them two together. So, I feel good about, our perimeter play and who plays any position, really.
Mike, you guys only put up 11 threes tonight, but you shot 61% from the field. You guys have been blistering from the field. Are you okay with that number, or is there a certain number you want to put up as long as it's efficient and they're playing within the framework? Because nothing was forced.
Well, to make no mistake about it, our strengths, when and this is no knock against, we were a bigger team, and our strengths is playing inside out. It's no secret. I'm not trying to hide that. And they doubled some, and we were able to get the ball out to some of our guys to make shots. And Miller made a couple in transition, which, we're capable of doing that as well. So, listen, I thought it was a solid game. You put up 88 points. I just don't like the fact that we're missing free throws. That's really bothering me as a coach.
Over here, Mike. In the first half, they made some threes. In the second half, you took that away from them, plus you forced 21 turnovers. I wonder what your evaluation was of how you guys defended.
Well, you hold them to 24 points the second half. I say defensively we did a solid job. I thought our switching, we got burned a couple times, but for the most part, I thought our switching was on par. And we rebounded the ball a little bit better. We got to get better in that area too, man, because, this was a close game. I don't know what the rebounding was. But it was fairly close. I know they were up, I think, 1 at halftime. So we got to get better. I got to get our guards helping our bigs rebound some.
Malik Renault with 15 points in 17 minutes. Curious your evaluation of him in his college debut.
He's been solid ever since he put on the uniform, so it's kind of nice to see, man. I told you the freshmen, him and Jalen, they don't play like freshmen. They act like they belong. I thought Caleb's came in, who hadn't played really much, came in and was solid too when he got in the game, and CJ's been solid through the Marion and St. Francis run. So, I got a lot of pieces. I just got to figure it out as we go along from a coaching standpoint based on who's playing and how they're playing.
Coach Race talked about how it really took these guys a little bit of time to settle into the game tonight. Did you really see a moment where it clicked for them, or was it kind of just a thing where it was just, as time went on, these guys just needed to gel a little bit together on the court?
Well, starting the second half, I thought, again, this was the first game for these guys, and I don't know if they were jittery or not, but I thought we came out with a great start, but you got to give Morehead State some credit. They didn't lay down. They fought early, and but I thought the second half we turned it up from a defensive standpoint and did what we had to do to secure the win.
Mike Miller, Copp hit a couple threes tonight. How much dramatically better does he make your team when he's hitting threes for you guys?
Well, everybody, I mean, when you got good looks, you know, I expect you to make them. I mean, he made 2 big ones that kind of, you know, expanded our lead. But, you know, I think all the guys that are shooting the 3 ball on our team can make it. You know, that's just how I feel. You have to watching them the last 4.5, 5 months. So we just, you know, when we got them, we just got to knock them down. That's kind of how I look at it.
Mike, can you talk a little bit about how much more depth you might have this year with the addition of those freshmen and all the guys who came back who got the experience under you last year?
Well,
It seemed like you are, you know, the guys when they first came out, they said felt like they had 10, 11 starters.
Well, we are deeper this season than we were last season. Again, everybody was new. Everybody was searching. I was new. You know, those guys last season were trying to figure me out, and you know, the guys that came back, you know, kind of know who I am now, and now it's just getting the 4 freshmen up to speed. But again, you know, I like everything about our freshmen, man, because they're competitive. They compete. They like to compete, and we're longer, more athletic than we were last season. So I mean, that helps in the college game, I think.
Coach, I wanted to ask specifically, there was a lineup a couple of times in the first half of Trey, Malik, Tamar, Jalen, and Jordan that had, I guess, a few good runs together. I guess what specifically do you like about that lineup and what they can do?
Well, we're big. I mean, you think about the 3 that you mentioned up front. That's a big lineup. But again, you know, I haven't had a chance to really play, you know, Malik and Trace together a lot, and let alone Geronimo along with those 3. But hey, you know, as a coach, I'm still learning, and you know, you liable to see a lot of different lineups based on the talent that we have. So all I'm telling our guys is just be ready to play. You know, because if I see you're not giving it to us, then I got to go somewhere else and get it. You know, that's just how I look at it from a coaching standpoint.